Hello there. Short video here about a subject which I personally think is very important. It's a simple subject, but it's one which you could overlook. If you find that you've been making all sorts of progress um, in what you might call your development, moving towards nearer towards your ideal of how you want to be in terms of your spirituality, moving nearer towards the qualities that you want to actualize in yourself positively, and becoming actually free of the bindings of negativity and the things, the dysfunctions, the woundings that generally tend to hold people back to one degree or another, and which people are. But everyone's going through something. Everyone has something to work on. There are times when you seem to be making really big progress, really amazing progress for whatever reason. And these things often come after long work on stuff, often on different fronts, looking through different techniques, using different ways of seeing things, different practices, and with really a very pure intention. But you can find yourself coming to those points where it seems like the shadow on things seems to lift, and you're actually starting to get insights and really move forward. And then it's as if things seem to just be thrown at you, which will just re-trigger the same things, the same old patterns, and take you backwards, yeah, and seem to almost, seem to sabotage the progress that you've made. And I think this is a very interesting phenomenon. It's one which I think is very common. And I think there are some things to understand about this, yeah, because often you will find that you still see the same things, but it gets somewhat difficult for periods of time when you're trying to make this sort of progress, yeah. And I think there are a number of reasons for this. One thing to understand is that part of the stability of the world is built upon things not changing too fast, not moving too fast, not transforming. That is part of the stability of the world. And so, when you start to really grow, when you start to really become free, when you start to actualize yourself in this way, and actualize yourself beyond this kind of limited ego identification, things come up, or things, you run into things in a sense, because what you're running into is the thing which was dependent upon people staying stuck to an extent and remaining psychostatic. Now, that doesn't mean that this is meant to defeat you, but it's just part of how existence kind of works. Yeah, it's part of the physics. You're becoming free of things, and there's a good deal of the world which is not based upon people being free, basically. And I know that sounds kind of pessimistic, but it's a balance. It's a balance of things, and you're becoming free. Now, you can't underestimate the uh, power of unconsciousness in a sense, yeah? So just don't be too surprised by that. Don't be too put off by it. It's one of those things which will come up. It's not meant to defeat you. It's not meant to take you back. Yeah. You can look at it as well as a kind of testing, which I know sounds a little bit sort of moralistic or conventional. But the thing is that another way of looking at this is that when you are growing, things are changing. And in a sense, it's a bit like you're incarnating something new, because you are new. And when you become freer, you are truly incarnating something new, something that's never been seen before, and something which is quite unique. And existence will test that to make sure that it is sound. And so this is part of the testing process. And again, it's just like a kind of physics, yeah. So the thing here is not to lose heart, and in a sense not to lose faith, but to maintain clarity, and to maintain intention, and to remember what the process you're going through is, and also remember all of that positivity which you've experienced during your breakthroughs and during your freeings. And remember, it's not for nothing, and that these things are simply a natural part of life, because you're actually getting free of an awful lot of things there. So that's just what I wanted to say, and I hope that makes sense and is maybe of some help to some people.